Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts who did an unboxing of the offline product game review. This is Streets of Rage 4 Anniversary Edition for the PlayStation 4, but being played and tested on my PlayStation 5. To jump right into it, this physical copy here comes with the update version 1.06 right on the disc, but sadly there was a small update available. This update size was 200 megabytes big and will take you to version 1.09 since the time I make this video. Now like always, I play all my games completely offline with an unregistered account, and I didn't experience any massive game-breaking bugs or issues. The game worked pretty much flawlessly throughout the beginning and end of the game and all the little added features they added into this Anniversary Edition. Now this Anniversary Edition does include all current release DLC expansions on disc as well, so that's extremely nice to see. But if you are a little confused about the update version 1.09, when I did update the game with my online console, the game would not let me see the update history for 1.09. I think why that is that when they updated the game, they did not update the update history and include the information on what exactly they're fixing. So there's no way for me to know exactly what this 200 megabytes is fixing or doing. But as I said, I play all my games offline. I play without updates, and with my offline PS5, I didn't experience any issues or problems. So I don't know, from my point of view, that 200 megabytes is completely unnecessary and not needed. Now, as I said, this comes with all the expansions and the content. Now, this is of course, obviously a sequel to the other games, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, which I don't actually have a lot of history with. I didn't really have a Sega console for very long. I only really played Sonic for the most part, so I didn't really get a chance growing up playing the Streets of Rage games. So my knowledge and the history of these games through numbers and what they are the expected of their experience to be the lack of information. So I just want to be very clear on that. So this was really my first time really sit down playing a Streets of Rage games. Is what I'm trying to get at. And while the story was nothing to write home about, and they go defeat the villains and stuff like that, it's a direct sequel where you're apparently defeating the children of the main villain from previous games called Mr. X, from my knowledge, and you're basically fighting his children and trying to save the world, I guess you pretty much can describe it. And while the game has a good cast of characters, as well as the extra characters from the DLC, which again is extremely nice, as well as some bonus hitting characters, I do want to, before I forget and get into this important information, if you want to unlock the Roo Kangaroo character, what you need to do is at the main menu, highlight the story mode. Don't click on it, but just highlight over it, and then hold the square up and then press the options button and then let go. And then go into story mode, and then you should see start up a new pick one of the slots, like new progression moments, and then you will see the Roo the Kangaroo unlocked for you. Make sure you play at least one level and complete it, and then Roo the Kangaroo will be completely unlocked for free for you. So just let you know real quick about that. I don't want to forget about that because that's important information to include in the video in case you want that extra character in your roster. Now, I really did enjoy this game. It was actually a lot of fun. I love the art style, I love the music, I love the environment, and just the overall mechanics. It just felt really good to play. It ran at a perfectly smooth 60 frames per second, little to no stuttering, no issues at all. It was a great game. Now, this, as I said, I don't have no knowledge of Streets of Rage, but I could only play one character out of this roster, and that was Cherry. Cherry's the only character I could play, and that is because, for some reason, in the game, Cherry is the only character who can sprint. All other characters have to walk leisurely, slow-paced walking, or some have a minor dash. I, for the life of me, have no idea why they chose to do that this way. I basically could not play any other character but Cherry because of this one simple thing. The lack of ability to run with the other characters was so frustrating for me that I do not understand what was the design point of that. I probably would have been a little bit more forgiving, but sadly there is no block button in this game either. So it was very frustrating more when you're playing these slow walking characters and there's no way to block attacks or anything like that. Not to say there's no way to avoid attacks. You can like jump in the air or do a special, use your special, or grapple the enemy and throw them. There's a couple invincibility frames if you will, but To me, the game desperately needed a block or run or both, but preferably both. But if you're going to have characters who move very slowly and don't have a dash or anything like that, even if they had a dash, having the ability to block would have been greatly beneficial. Because I decided to go ahead and play with my brother on this one, and we didn't have much issue about the lack of running for if you had two players, because majority of the time an extra character was on the screen helping you cover more of the map. But when I was playing by myself and I didn't have an extra partner, or if I died and my brother was the last character left and he was playing whatever character couldn't sprint, he even acknowledged immediately how frustrating it was to try to get around the map and try to chase after particular characters who moved around the map a lot. For me, it almost felt like a self-sabotage in design-wise to limit to only one character such a crucial feature of sprinting. And I know I'm really ragging on the game but I did enjoy it. The game's art style, the music, the environment, the stylization is all extremely good. All the extra content the game includes, like survival mode, arcade mode, even a typical battle mode if you want to play competitively with your with a competitor or co-op, and just the offline couch co-op and stuff like that, all the bonus characters and stuff, it's all extremely good, and I could not ultimately get into it unless I get to play as Cherry. For basically, what I'm saying is, if I'm ever going to play Streets of Rage, I will only play Cherry, and that's it. If it's not her, then I'm not playing the game, just because I want to be able to sprint. But I did like the idea of the survival mode, where it's kind of like a roguelike almost. As you progress further and further, you unlock more abilities, and as well as those abilities can actually go into story mode, which is actually kind of neat as well. And it was a very neat and idea style. For the life of me, I can't figure out why they did not have a run or a block button for some characters, or if not all characters. In my personal opinion, this is well worth the pickup because of the extra inner content. The gameplay is smooth, there was little to no problems, and it's a good couch co-op if you have someone to play with. And maybe that is the core mechanic and the idea of Streets of Rage, is to have more people with you, because when you have by yourself and you have particular characters who can attack all around or move around on the map, it can be very frustrating being the only person on the screen, and you have to try to chase this person, especially if you couldn't sprint. In the end, it's a phenomenal pickup, but it just seems like it was right at the precipice of being one of the most legendary beat-em-ups, but held back by, I have no idea. Maybe the older games worked like this, where all the characters couldn't sprint or block, and it's just some kind of, I don't know, like the stylization of Streets of Rage. But for me, I think it's a massive misstep not to have every character to sprint or have ability to block. It's almost game-breaking for me, but luckily there is Cherry, who made the game phenomenally fun for me. It was just enjoyment to play the game with Cherry. So like always, I will try to leave links down in the description if you're interested to copy. Highly recommend. All the content is on disc. There's only a minor 200 megabyte update. The game comes with the update version 1.06. It's phenomenal, and at the time of this video, the game's physical copy is extremely cheap, so it's well worth the pickup. But I do want to point out two things. First off, there is a limited run physical copy of this game. That limited run physical copy is outdated compared to this anniversary edition. I can't remember what exactly version number was on the limited run version, but I know it's outdated more than this anniversary edition, as well as the limited run version does not come with any of the DLC stuff. Only anniversary edition, so highly recommend that if you're interested. There is also a vanilla first release version of the game. It's not from the limited run. You might want to consider picking that one up, because it also comes with a keychain as well as an art booklet, so you might want to pick that up, then maybe as well as the anniversary edition, and then sell your vanilla first version and take out the booklet and keychain and put it in the anniversary edition. That way you have more of a complete package of a phenomenal game. Man, I greatly enjoyed it. I love the art style, music, gameplay. That one little nitpick really prevented me from truly loving the game. I mean, yeah, granted, they had Cherry, and it allowed me to play the game. But man, I still can't figure out why they did not have all our characters be able to block or sprint or both. So, like always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next unboxing video. Bye-bye!